Okay, so recently we've had a lot of people say that they think their collar is not working, and they are saying it's either not holding a charge, or that it is, oops, I don't have my dog's remote, or that the batteries are dying prematurely. One person, their issue was, I think they were misperceiving the green light as yellow, because again, we, just like we do for everybody, we come with a brand new device and we exchange it out. And when we brought this device home, we troubleshot it. There was nothing wrong with it. The next common thing I hear is that this is no longer sending stimulation. And what we find is, so you have test one, obviously take your T button, which is just vibrate, and we can hear that, right? We hear that the whole box is vibrating. Test number two, and again, this is also making sure it's on, because historically, the number one reason why dogs are not responding are because the collar is not even on, or we turned it on and it was like, this one's fully charged, or it'd be flashing red. So without pushing buttons, it would be flashing red. So then we push a button, it flashes red because we pushed a button, but then it dies, okay? So, and again, classically, that's one of the number one reasons. Then the other reason would be, the other most common reason, if the collar is actually on, is that the person has loosened the collar up so much so that the contact points are no longer making good contact. Now we'll use Reba here because I am waiting for Reba's family to come visit. So if we look, hi Reba, oh she's jumping. We want the collar nice and snug, right? We need to make sure it's making good contact. And most dogs go home in our system with a bungee strap. So we see that there's tension on this bungee. She has a thin one on. So hers is going to kind of show more, mosquito, show more tension. But we know this collar is not falling to the base of the neck. If I set it here, it pretty much stays here kind of situation. So the second most common problem I see people running into is the collar is too loose and it's not making good contact. Climb. So barring all that, we have people that swear. Okay, so we've ruled out the first two historically most common reasons. Then the next thing, people swear it's absolutely turned on. It's absolutely too tight. Or not too tight, but it's on tight enough. So then the next thing we recommend is put the collar contact points on the palm of your hand. Have a nice firm grip. You don't have to dig it in really hard. You see how I pushed it. I squeezed it so hard I got little indents. You don't have to do all that. Just a light, firm hold. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold your red S, okay? I'm going to turn it down to 0, and I want you to kind of see my red light on my collar as well. So you see it's at 0. You hold that red S, and you go up to high within 12 seconds, okay? And we say that because 12 seconds because I'm going to hold it here until it cuts off automatically. Remember, it's got that emergency cutoff. Now, if you don't feel it, at some point, as you're gradually raising it, then we've got a defective collar. And then obviously we come out and try to address this. But if before we get out, you want to try to troubleshoot this on your own, we always recommend you trying it. Most of the time when people say, I ask, why do we think the collar's not working? Oh, my dog's not responding. Like I said, if it is truly turned on and it is truly fitted properly and our contact points are making good contact, then it's most of the time because we're not going high enough on the collar. So we may have said, hey, dog comes home, 15 is your dog's happy place. And you're like, I went to 25. Okay, well, your dog is saying they don't care about 25 anymore. So we will go ahead and go to higher levels. We have to remind everybody, we don't fixate on the number on the remote. We fixate on our dog's behavior. So our dog tells us when they feel it, when it's too much, when it's too little, things like that based on how they're responding, both to our cues and to the collar. Okay, so these are some of the things I would recommend. And like I said, even if you try all this or you don't want to try all this, we will absolutely come out, investigate, bring you a new collar, swap it out. Most of the time we just swap it and, go with that. And then we bring the collar home. And I will say 99% of the time when we do this, when we go and we swap out somebody's collar, we find it's not defective at all. It's some sort of user error. So I'm hoping that this video helps get people on the right track. Let's say if you go all the way up to 100, you go, holy cow, yep, that sucker is absolutely working. My dog is at 100 and not responding. Chances are the collar's not actually fitted as tight as you think it is. Or if your dog has contact points like this, these are comfort pads, okay? There is a chance that your dog may need to be switched off these, and we need to put different contacts because these contacts are stim reducing. But anyway, like I said, at that point, you do need to get in touch with us. But like I said, most common causes of malfunction in a collar. It's not turned on, it's not fit tight enough, or we are not going high enough on the remote for the dog to actually respond anymore. Hope this helps.